And do you find people, again, because of their corporate background, try to create companies with a classic kind of organizational structure when that may not be the right way? We before we started talking, you came up with the phrase fractional CFO, which hadn't occurred to me before, but it makes absolute sense in a real estate investing space. Would that be an ideal kind of role? And you don't have to hire people full time.
No, you don't. And that's the thing, but people get so stuck in this traditional, in these traditional ideas of how to build businesses. I mean, the world has changed so much. I mean, I have a video editor in the Ukraine. I have a writer in Alabama. I have a virtual assistant in the Philippines. I have a salesperson in China. So we don't need to do this anymore. You can find people that are very qualified in other parts of the world where you have to pay them a fraction of what you would pay them if they would be local, especially in places like Canada, the UK, Europe, America, in some places where the fees are, like California is nuts on how expensive it is to have employees. Why would I want to do that? Just the taxes and fees on an employee here alone, I can hire another person. Like, why would I want to do that? So get creative on that. So if you are having difficulties in getting money, find a fractional CFO. If you need a better value proposition or marketing, then find somebody who can do a fractional CMO. If you need a better funnel to get interested parties in becoming investors, because maybe you should start a fund, and maybe if you don't have the money yourself, maybe the next 3 projects need to be funded by a cohort of people. Well, then figure out what that is, build the funnel, hire the person to build the funnel, get the interested people in, figure out the salesperson, and then sell them shares on these. I mean, it's better than doing nothing. So maybe that's the springboard to that next level. So what I'm saying is that there's so many different business models right now that you need to always look at what are other people to do. And Paul, it's sort of my thing, it's like when I talk to somebody, the first thing I want to know is, what's the model here? And they say, what do you mean? I say, well, what's the business model? Is it a funnel model? Is it a done for you, a done with you? Is it what is the model? And then they get all puzzled. I said, I need to know. I love double dipping models. There's a guy who does a sales training, and he built a double dipping model. And what I mean by that, he sells sales training, and then he realized that he could identify the best salespeople that made it through his training because he was training them. And then he built a second part, double dipping, where he's placing them as salespeople in companies. So he makes the money twice.
Doing the same,
freaking genius.
Same amount of work, basically.
Same amount of work.
Right.
So that's what I want everybody to think about is like, what are the models? And can we bend and stretch the models? But the classic investor model, let me go to the bank, let me find the property, let me go to the bank, let me get the loan. Let me hit up 2-3 people. That's one model.